This is Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth. Welcoming from the Greater Houston Area Urban League, the Houston Urban League, I shall say.
Either way.
Either way.
It's still me.
It is still you, Mr. Judson Robinson. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning,
sir.
Brother Smooth. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing real good. So it is about that time to get brief updated on the state of Black America. Yeah. Now, this past Wednesday, the State of Black America was aired on our sister station network, TV One.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people don't know that there even is a State of Black America address that goes on. So just explain to the listeners who are not familiar with the State of Black America what it is and what you all tell us about Black America.
Well, I tell you, it's really important that we try to do this probably every year, that we sit down and talk about it, because there is so much information that's coming to people these days, trying to decipher what's really important to listen to and what things should we be monitoring in terms of African-American progress. This is, in fact, a document that will at least give us some idea of how we're doing in the area of education and housing and workforce and, just overall equality. I mean, that's what the Urban League works on every day anyway. And so if, in fact, we are having some success or areas of concern in any of those categories, we certainly want to share that with people so that we can then look at what recommendations or what solutions, what policies are out there that can help or deter an effort that's going in the wrong direction. So this is our 41st annual report of doing this. It comes from various sources, be it, the labor statistics or criminal justice reports or anything of that nature, dealing with the economy or whatever. All that information is brought together, and it's published both in an executive summary form as well as online. If you go to www.nul.org, you'll find just a cadre of different types of information. It's very helpful and timely. But one of them will be the State of Black America. So again, it's an annual document that monitors just how we're doing in those key areas of a person's life.
And would this particular report reflect from 2016 to present day? So it's each like fiscal year, if you will.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So we won't know. So folks, this would be the state of Black America would be from last year.
Correct.
So our last year under President Barack Obama.
That's correct.
Okay. So how are we looking?
Well, some areas we're doing better. Some about the same. Some not so great. I mean, it's a combination. I think overall the equality ratio is about 72%, which means that if we look at what is considered the whole pie in terms of our equality, if we look at historical trends of racism and race, we would say that our Anglo counterpart is probably as close to whole of the pie, if you will, as possible. So when you look at then African Americans and Latinos in terms of how we're doing in terms of the consumption of that pie, how do we fit in? We're at about a 72% rate. So we're 72% of the whole pie. So in other words, there's a difference in the amount of wealth that we bring home.
Yeah.
There's a difference in the amount of access to civil rights that we might have, access to health care, access to jobs, housing, things of those natures. So each of those, if we consider looking at each of those categories as 100% of the pie, then we then monitored through all these various sources that I previously mentioned to see how African Americans and Latinos are doing. And again, the overall ratio, when you look at all of those various individual components, we're at about 72%.
Okay. You're listening to Access Houston. We're talking to Judson Robinson from the Houston Urban League, talking about the state of Black America right now. What's the main thing that we need to be focused on when it comes to Black America, and just Black and Brown America, because that is the group that is affected the most in this country, and with the new leaf of the administration that has occupied the White House, Black and brown people, they don't see any help or good for them coming. And, sadly enough, even though they're blind right now, but even his own supporters don't even realize the detriment that is about to come their way, especially if they, if this budget gets passed, or, the tax reform that they want to implement goes in. Right. Even his own supporters will be hurt very badly. Exactly. So I guess my question is, what what is
what's going on?
I mean, right. I guess in his own words, what do we have to lose? Huh?
Yeah. I mean, I think the situation that we have to look at is the degree of chaos that the world can tolerate. Right. Mm-hmm. So, if we have, for example, African American unemployment is 8.5%. Mm-hmm. Anglo unemployment is about 4.5%. So again, that's one of the barometers that we look at when we look at the state of Black America. Okay. So what do we do to make sure that that doesn't get any worse? And again, that becomes the push for policies that support job creation and development, training programs, etc., versus the anti-push, which would be job cuts that are based into the current budget, which is the proposal that the president currently has. It's a lot of cuts to various departments that help to support people who are
minority and the poor
on the edge. Right.
The poor.
Exactly. So that's where we as a community have to become a lot more vocal. Each year, my good friend and board member is here with me, Marina Carriott. She comes with me to Austin. She'll come with me to D.C., where we'll go and speak with our legislators to inform them about legislation that's either positive for communities of color or negative for communities of color. But there's not enough of us doing that work. The advocacy work is not as significant as it needs to be. The civil rights movement that we had in the 60s, the passion that people felt, the conviction, the empathy that was shown by the opposing party, all of that is void now. All that's missing. Mm-hmm. And so, we as a community need to look at this document, and we need to decide how we want to attack some of the challenges that it presents to us. So that's why it's a good thing to have, because we can at least look at where we are, where we were last year, the year before that, and going back several decades now. So we can look at the progress that needs to be made, and we can look at, again, bills and policies and whatnot that are jeopardizing any future growth.
Now, and I'm glad that you spoke on that. So is there any suggestions or plans in the state of Black America for us to move forward? Because I personally feel that this is a great opportunity for Black America with, the current administration that's occupying the White House. I feel that Black and brown people, while, our Anglo counterparts, as you described them, while they're imploding over each other, fighting over each other, over tax reform, over health care, over criminal reform, over Russia, over Turkey, over just the total, debauchery of this administration, all of the stuff that has been going on as they are fighting over themselves. I feel like this is the perfect time for us to get together, get a plan, devise, and make moves, because they're fighting each other. Right. You see our political parties. They're both, especially within the Republican Party. They don't even know I don't even think that it is the Republican Party anymore, because this clown has hijacked their party. But anyway, I just really feel like this is our time to really get it together,
Right.
because the focus isn't on us, so much. Yeah, we still got to stay woke and keep our eyes open, like with what Jeff Sessions did, just kind of erasing all of Obama's when it comes to drug crimes and putting in the harshest policy on these little petty drug crimes, like he's implemented that back. But other than that, I feel economically that this is our time.
Yeah.
I mean, the new numbers are that black people spend 1.2 trillion, yes, a year. Yeah. 1.2 trillion a year. Yeah. That's out of control. Right. If we don't buy anything for 24 hours, like if all black people in America just did not spend 1 cent for 24 hours,
impact felt.
We would mess up the world.
Yeah, it'd be felt
in 24 hours. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. So, having said all of that, I'm sorry. I know I kind of went off in a tangent. But is there some sort of plan, like now since the eyes really aren't on us now and they're imploding over each other? Is there something in the state of Black America that kind of guides us to we need to start here. Let's build gardens. Let's go bank black. Go buy black. Like, are there steps?
Yeah, there are, and I think the Urban League has always been an organization that is both a talk tank, where we go and advocate and talk about things that have happened, and then we're also a do tank. So we have programs that actually demonstrate that if you give me $1, I can teach a person how to, fish, and they won't have to become self-sufficient, right? So we have a program called the Marshall Plan, which rolled out of the national office, which focuses in on all those key areas of education, of housing, of workforce, and it talks about specifics that we should initiate, that we should do in this plan to help offset all of the problems that we're having in all of these key categories. All that information, again, is on the website at www.nulnationalurbanleague.org. And so, a lot of detailed research went into the response to exactly the questions that you asked. But we've got to mobilize as a community and come together and work on it. We've got our big gala coming up here.
Great segue.
Well, I mean, you created the segue. but certainly, here's an opportunity for a person to say, well, how can I make a difference in my community? I don't have the time or the energy to go out and help tutor a child or teach someone how to work on a resume. Or the Urban League does all that. And what I have to do is be able to deliver those services on a daily basis. So we have this once-a-year event called the Equal Opportunity Day Gala. It's really a big dinner.
Yes, it is a big dinner.
People come to it. They buy a table. They sponsor the organization, and then we're able to use those dollars to continue the programs that we do every day that helps a person go to work, that helps a person acquire their first home and learn how to keep it, that helps a person start a small business and hire employees. We're doing the work that our people have asked us to do. And what we have to do is make sure that it's communicated broadly and widely enough to people know, well, if I bought a $100 ticket or a $300 ticket, it would do these types of things to help perpetuate us going to Washington, D.C., to help us continue to, write these plans that will help change the direction and the destiny of our communities. The Urban League's been there for over 100 years doing this kind of work. We just need our younger people to know it.
Absolutely. Well, join us on June 17th at the Ballroom of Americas on the second floor. That is downtown for the 49th annual Urban League Equal Opportunity Day Gala. The dinner and the award starts at 7 p.m. It is black tie optional. Entertainment by Texas Southern University. They will be honoring Tori and Kelly Taylor from Taylor Construction Management. What's up, guys? I just had them on a few weeks ago
great people.
On this. Yes, they are. Also, Miss Cheryl Cruzeau, Miss Sally Sargent, the Houston Astros, Phillips 66, and Mr. Ray B. Shackelford, and that's happening on Saturday, June the 17th. How can they get? Where do they need to go? Do they need to go to NUL.org for more information on that?
Hall.org, www.Houston Area Urban League, or
Okay.
HAUL.org, www.HAUL.org. So, yeah, if you go there, you'll see not only what the gala is about, but all the other things that we do. You know, if you're more interested in jobs, if you're interested in education, if you're interested in helping with the economic development opportunities of the Urban League, all of that justification, I think, is there to help you understand the importance of supporting the gala. And these people that you just mentioned, they're all, you know, just stellar people that have done great things in this community. Sally Sargent, you know, she hosted the Super Bowl. You remember how fantastic that was.
Right.
Miss Crusoe, you know, she and her husband have built an empire and chicken, you know, and that is known throughout the world. You know, so we've got some people that really are doing things, and they're big contributors to the Urban League. So we have this event to not only raise money for the organization, but to celebrate them, celebrate their commitment to the community.
Absolutely.
You know, this is a big family affair, you know, and we want your listeners to be a part of it. We appreciate the station and all that has been and continues to be for our community. And, you know, we're all in this together.
Absolutely.
And so we appreciate you guys.
Well, I appreciate you for stopping through. No, thank you. And get more information at HAUL.org. That's HAUL.org. Justin Robinson. Thank you, sir.
It's our pleasure.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth. You know, we got the Essence Fest that is coming up, 4th of July weekend in New Orleans, and I have a representative from Essence on the phone. Ladies and gentlemen, the entertainment director for the Essence Fest, the lovely Cori Murray. Good morning. How are you, darling?
I'm well, thank you.
Good. So, people here, you know, New Orleans from Houston, just to them, it's like down the street. And, you know, we've got a lot of people from New Orleans here in Houston, and New Orleans is that getaway from Houston. So with Essence Fest, for those who have never been, like myself, can you...
we have got to change that.
Yeah, we do. So can you tell everyone all of the festivities that go to... I mean, no, people know Essence Fest for the concerts, but there's so much more than the music and the concert.
Well, I'll be honest and say this, and I'm not saying this because this is my job to say this, but I really do enjoy Essence Fest, you know, as a worker, but also as a fan. I really do. And the true gem of the festival is our daytime experience, which is free and open to the public, because that's where we bring the magazine to life. And what I also love about it is, I mean, inside of we take over the convention center, the Memorial Convention Center, which is probably, you know, I live in New York, so it's like an extension of like 5 big city blocks. Yeah. And our sponsors set up, like Walmart set us up like a mini Walmart inside of the convention center. But
serious?
That's not the only one. No, I'm serious. And then what they do there is they also will bring in their own talent. So, you know, let's be real. If you can't get to the show, then you still may have a chance to see Tyrese sing Sweet Lady at the Coca-Cola booth inside for free. And then, you know, you get all this, you get access to products. Also, more importantly, you get access to speakers and hearing these amazing people talk about different platforms, whether it's politics, love and relationships, money and empowerment. And we're giving that all to you free. Now, the bonus is that ticket to the festival, the shows at night where you come in your best suits. The men are sharp, the ladies are fine. You're doing the electric slide with like 1,000 people, or as you know, as the kids do dab or whatever the new dances are. You know, you're going to be doing that as a collective inside the Superdome. But I will admit the true gem is our daytime empowerment experience. We
love the daytime experiences because, as you mentioned, you get so much more in terms of, you know, financial empowerment and all of the things that you just mentioned, the beauty and style and all of that. So what's one of your favorite features or conferences, if you will, at the Essence Fest?
Well, it's split between, I really do love what Coca-Cola does because they build a stage within that convention center. So it's almost like you're getting a mini concert there as well.
Wow.
And I happened to be back. Last year, I was introducing, Tyrese. That's why it's so fresh in my mind. Tyrese, because funny enough, he had somehow missed his flight to perform on the main stage the day before. So as a makeup to the festival, to his fans, he came out and did like 5 songs.
Wow.
And to see and it was one thing to be in the audience, but, to see the people responding to him.
Right.
And, Tyrese can sing.
Right.
Aside from his politics about women's weaves and all of that, he can sing. So he had the command of all of those people, and it was really, really amazing to see. My other favorite thing is what we do at Center Stage, which is where the editors and we may host conversations. Like last year, I did a talk with the Power Cast.
Mm-hmm.
My fellow coworkers, they chatted with Survivor's Remorse. I had a chat with Issa Rae. This was just maybe a few months before Insecure came out. I mean, a few weeks before Insecure came out. So I love giving those festival goers a preview to what's ahead for the fall that's coming in the fall or, later in the year. Yeah. I love connecting with the fans and their favorite celebrities because, for a lot of them, this may be one of their few times to see someone like that up close and be able to physically touch them.
Yeah. Yep. You're listening to Access Houston. We're talking to Cori Murray, the entertainment director for the 2017 Essence Fest, happening June 30th through July 2nd in New Orleans. There's going to be so much going on. They've got Essence Entertainment. They've got the Beauty and Style Expo, the Path to Power, Essence Eats, the lifestyle experiences, a day of service. So much going on. And, of course, the incredible lineup for Essence this year. Cori, can you please go? So many people. Whoever you can remember off the top, can you tell us the lineup for this year?
I'm going to tell you who I'm excited to see.
Okay, how about that?
One is Diana Ross.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen Diana Ross only one other time. It was at Atlantic City. So to see her inside the Louisiana Superdome, I'm quite anticipating that. This is her first festival. This is her first Essence Festival appearance.
Yeah.
So
that's historic.
The outfit changes, all of that. That's historic. I want to be there for it. The second night on Saturday, Mary J. Blige is bringing the most epic lineup of female artists that she loves. And plus, she's going to sing Jill Scott, Shaka Khan, Jasmine Sullivan, Monica, also Remy Ma. She is just bringing every female artist that you've ever loved to that stage with her, and she's going to share it. And then Chance the Rapper. Who doesn't love Chance right now?
Who doesn't love Chance? I mean, everybody loves Chance.
Blessings upon blessings. I just want to be there. I want him to bring a choir. I want him to bring all of Chicago. I want him to do everything that he can on that stage that night. But we also have one of New Orleans' own, Master P, who is going to be on the lineup as well. And we're doing something really special with him. I heard that. I hear you. Hopefully he's going to do that on stage. Oh, my God. Can I tell you? So at Essence, it's primarily women. But on our floor, we also sit with the timing finance department, which is a lot of men. Mm-hmm. So Master P and his daughter Symphony came by, just say hi to us. And when these guys came by and saw Master P in the hallway, they started flipping out. They were looking for their phones, and they were just I was like, wow, Master P's got some fans. So
been doing it 20 plus years.
Exactly. So I can't wait to see that amplified Essence Festival weekend.
It's going to be an amazing time. So if you're planning on going to the Essence Fest, keep those plans and enjoy that weekend, 4th of July weekend, Friday, June 30th through Sunday, July 2nd, the 2017 Essence Music Festival presented by Coca-Cola, all of the major sponsors that are going to be there that helps this great festival happen, AT&T, Ford, McDonald's, State Farm, and Walmart. And I'm looking forward to it, Cori. I had applied for media credentials back in March. And so I got a confirmation email, then I got another email saying that they're still, reviewing or whatnot. So I'm waiting. I hope to get that media pass so I can come with the experience.
I'm going to make some calls on your behalf. I want to make sure you get there.
You know what, Cori? You are my girl. How about that?
Cori Murray, Entertainment Director for the Essence Music Festival. Cori, thank you for calling in and letting Houston know about the great activities that happen at Essence besides the concert. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you. And I can't wait to see you down in New Orleans.
No doubt. And thank you for listening to Access Houston.
We'll be back with more Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.